excited to be in Safety Harbor tonight, giving back. It has been an honor to be the artist in residence at the Safety Harbor Art and Music Center. Welcome to my Boulder Talk. Boulder stands for believe, open, love, diversity, education, and reflection. I believe that we all have a purpose and a gift. Some of you in the audience are gifted mothers, fathers, nurses, artists, teachers, perhaps even a gifted trapeze artist. We all have the opportunity to give back, to share our gifts, and to navigate our journey with strong purpose. I also believe that our gifts and purposes should make us happy. You see, I recently got a divorce, which is interesting because I've never been married. I divorced my story. I have been a teacher and school administrator in New Mexico for the past 17 years. Upon graduation from Indiana University, I moved to the Native American Pueblo of Zuni. I taught there for 4 years before pursuing my master's in school administration. I did all the right things professionally. I was the youngest administrator in the third largest school district in the United States. I bought an old church that was built in 1870 in the mountains just east of Albuquerque. I had a gift, and I had a purpose, but needless to say, I did not have time to create. My soul was not fulfilled, and I was not happy. I was open to change. After returning from a vacation to Colombia, South America, I returned to my office to find over 1,500 emails in my inbox, all of which needed a response. I was the principal of a K-8 charter school in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I sent one email that day to the governing council president announcing my resignation. I sold my car, I rented my house for a year, and I boarded a plane, seat 33D, straight to Morocco, to begin my first artist in residence. That was the day I got a divorce, and that was the day I married my truth. The truth is, I am an artist. I am a traveler. Perhaps I'm even a nomad. My purpose is to bring awareness through my art about conscientious consumerism and human connection by using all found and recycled materials. I love art. I've loved art since I was a little girl. My mother is a third-generation rag-rug weaver. My great-grandfather and grandfather were also weavers. They used old clothes and rags to make their beautiful rugs. I guess you could say I've been rooted in using recycled materials my whole life. Throughout my travels, I have come to learn that we humans are all the same, no matter the differences in our language, our religion, or our culture. Working with recycled materials makes my art easily understandable because the objects I use, all of you have thrown away. I started thinking about using recycled materials years ago when I started making the flowers out of aluminum cans. This idea evolved into my current concept, which is to use all found and recycled materials. I feel strongly that art should be accessible to all people, not just people of privilege. I also believe in being prolific. The more art I make, the more impact is made to bring awareness towards environmental concerns. My process as an artist in residence is to show up to a community with my paintbrushes and a pair of scissors. This concept requires me to constantly reinvent my art and my designs based on the materials that are thrown away in the community in which I am living. While an artist in residence in Sefrou, a small town outside of Fez in Morocco, I collaborated with local artisans, weavers, shoemakers, tailors, observing their practice and kindly asking, Mumkin nahud hedi? May I have this? This simple phrase opened up conversation, connection, and for me, collection. In Sefru, I collected buttons, newspapers, cans, material scraps, and other treasures from the Medina to create a body of work depicting the storks. These large birds build their nest on top of the mosque in Sefru. Daily, they fly back and forth from their nest, feeding their babies and building. I could empathize with these birds, their lifestyle, as I collected a variety of materials to bring my artistic visions to fruition. My second residency was in the Canary Islands, a series of 7 islands off of the coast of North Africa. Part of Spain, each of these islands is a unique gem floating in the Atlantic. I spent most of my residency on the island of El Hierro, the smallest and most remote of the Canary Islands. I did my residency through Casa Arte, a program recognized by UNESCO. El Hierro strives to be 100% self-sustaining, utilizing wind power to provide energy throughout the island. This was the perfect spot to continue my practice of using found objects in recycled materials. I really enjoyed working with the found objects that washed up from the sea. I created a series of mermaids, as well as a large image of the patron saint of the island, the Virgin de los Reyes. She is believed to provide guidance and direction to anyone who comes to her with their truth, their desires, their intentions. The story goes that there was a shipwreck off of the coast of El Hierro, and all of the island's people rescued the passengers over 300 years ago. As a thank you, the passengers gave the island the saint, and she was housed in a little cave for many years. Then the island had a drought, and the people came to her with their desire for rain, and the rains came. To celebrate, they took her on a procession throughout the whole island, led with music and dancing. To this day, she is taken out 4 times a year to recognize the change of season, led by music and dance of the traditional Bahara dancers. I was fortunate enough to participate in this procession, recognizing the change from summer to autumn. I was also able to share with her my true intentions and desires, and how I wanted to lead my life, spreading awareness about environmental concerns through my art and through my travels. My time in El Hierro was dreamy, safe, abundant, and instrumental in defining my truth. While in the Canaries, I had a vision for my next residency and exhibition. Thus tonight, I share with you my body of work, Giving Back. While in Morocco, I was blessed to be welcomed into a Berber family. I spent many weeks with this family in the small village learning how to cook, weave, learn the language. The openness, love, and generosity shared with me confirmed my belief in goodness in human nature and the richness of diversity. As Americans, we are often taught to fear Muslim countries and religion. I spent over 3 months in Morocco, and not one time did I see a gun. Did I witness or experience violence? I was treated with only love and openness. I participated in religious celebrations and was regarded as family. This experience shared with me and illuminated how important family is. I wanted to create a body of work that gave back to my family and to the community of Safety Harbor. You see, my family has had winter homes in Safety Harbor since the 60s. My great-grandfather was first, and I grew up hearing stories from my mom and my aunties about wild spring breaks spent at Harbor Hills, Clearwater Beach, and about manatees. In the 80s, my grandfather bought a home, and then in the late 90s, so did my mother. I have been coming to Safety Harbor for as long as I can remember. I learned how to ride my bike on the brick streets and do cartwheels on the old pier. This show is also to recognize and to give back to our community, Safety Harbor. And especially Shamsi, the Safety Harbor Art and Music Center, to Kira, Linda, Todd, and Heather, and all the volunteers of Shamsi. The Safety Harbor Art and Music Center brings world-class musicians and artists to this community. It is a true gem of Safety Harbor, and it gives so much to the arts and culture of this area. As a way of sharing my gratitude, you might have met her, I created the three-headed mermaid that greeted you as you walked in tonight. From found objects found here in Safety Harbor. This series of women, depicted from a picket fence torn down by my grandfather, is my way of giving back to all of those who cared for me, fed me, and loved me on my travels, especially my Moroccan sisters and family. The portraits of my aunties, also created with found objects, is perhaps the most meaningful body of work to me here tonight. I am an only child, reared by a single mama. Although little, she is quite fierce. With the help of her three sisters, I was supported, encouraged, and showered with love. Each portrait is a reflection of how these aunties influenced and educated me. The oldest of these four sisters is my Aunt Judy, who taught me the importance of travel, kindness, and love. My Aunt Mary was my speech teacher and always stressed the importance of being smart as well as looking smart. My Aunt Marty, the youngest of the sisters, lived on the same family farm in southern Indiana. She lived just up the road. I would often visit her and nest, joking, eating chips, and seeking advice. I depicted my mama as the patron saint of single mothers. My father was killed in a tragic tractor accident when I was 2.5. I don't have any memories of him, but I do remember my mother always being strong, accepting, and always putting me first. I am not a mother, and I cannot imagine how difficult a job it must be to do it alone, especially with a wild child like me. So for you, my mama, I give back. I give back through my imagery and my heart for the love, dedication, and support that you have given me. I am truly honored to be a part of such an amazing family, full of such strong women. I am honored to be a part of the Safety Harbor community and to represent the Safety Harbor Art and Music Center. I am honored to be here tonight with you, speaking my truth.